Hello boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Autosave. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be discussing a recently re-released PC game under the title Battlezone 98 Redux. Now, what is this game, you might ask? Well, Battlezone is actually a game combining the elements of both first-person shooter and RTS. Now, how does that play out? How does this game work? What the hell is this game about? I've never heard of this game, you might say. Well, don't worry, we'll take you right into that today, so stick with us. Now, this review will specifically focus on the PC release of the Battlezone 98 Redux. I am aware of that other versions of the game exist as well as some add-ons, but we won't be covering that today. My first Battlezone experience actually was on the Nintendo 64 console, Battlezone Rise of the Black Dogs, which actually combined some elements from Battlezone Red Odyssey with the Nintendo 64 release. Now, the game may have not been well received, but that was my particular first taste of Battlezone, and it's still one of my favorites today. How does it hold up against the 98 Redux? Well, the 98 Redux has a much more crisp visual, but the music to me just doesn't appeal as much as Battlezone on the Nintendo 64. So this game actually takes place during the space race of the 1960s. It's an alternate history where the American and Soviet forces fight a covert war over the solar system. The Americans, also known as the NSDF, the National Space Defense Force, start their missions on the moon, while the CCA, the Cosmonaut Colonist Army, the Soviet forces, start on Mars. Out of the two campaigns, beginners should start with the NSDF, as the Soviet campaign is far more complex and requires much more knowledge in the game itself. The player controls everything from first-person view, and this includes issuing the orders to build structures and to order units around. The main resource of the game is biometal, also known as scrap, which is collected and brought to the recycler to construct vehicles and other buildings. The gameplay itself is very satisfying. While you might be driving a tank at first, you are actually a little soldier. You can hop out of vehicles and hop into any that are unmanned. As an infantryman, you have your regular rifle, as well as a sniper rifle that has the ability to shoot enemy pilots out of their cockpit. You can then hop into their vehicle, or tug it back to base. You can order your friendlies around to follow you, to attack enemies, defend your units and buildings, as well as following other orders. Defensive vehicles are usually fast and mobile, and have the ability to fire weapons on the move. Defensive vehicles, like the howitzer, are slow and require them to deploy first before they can shoot. Utility vehicles are support-based craft that have special uses, like collecting scrap or building structures. Special structures like recyclers and factories act like vehicles in that they can pack up and move to a new location to deploy. Unlike other structures, they require only a geyser to power themselves. Other structures constructed by the constructor require more power by special buildings. There are a variety of mission types. The mission can vary from defending a base, ambushing an enemy convoy, destroying the enemy base, and even retrieving an artifact. Don't expect the game to babysit you. It won't tell you what to do in order to win the mission. You'll have to use your brain and figure it out for yourself. The combat is brutal and fast-paced. Expect to get your ass kicked and hard, as the AI does not fuck around. Other than the main campaign to this game, there are also multiplayer options. You can go into a lobby, create a game, as well as join an existing game in progress. I actually haven't tried any of the multiplayer content, but it's very customizable and even allows the implementation of mods to be used. Speaking of which, thanks to the wonders of Steam, the workshop adds a new breath of life to this game. There's new support for maps, game mods, as well as tools provided by the developer to actually make these things. That's saying a lot. Rebellion truly did a fantastic job with this game. When you have a chance, I really do recommend that you try it out. It's honestly a fantastic game. There you have it, folks. That is the What is Battlezone on autosave. Please do leave us some comments on how we can always improve our show. And of course, if you like the episode, please do like and subscribe. We do appreciate you. That's right, Internet, we love you. Now, that being said, of course, we're going to keep on working on our projects. We'll get new stuff out for you soon. New content for you to enjoy. And as usual, we'll see you later.